What's up, y'all? Did you miss me? I missed you. Even if you didn't miss me, I missed you. It's cool. I'm glad to be back. Man, it's been a long time, right? Couple of months. Before that, it was even more months. Man, it's been a long year, hard year. So I took a decent amount of time off, got off social media, had to just hit the reset button, and it's been a lot of loss, a lot of death, a lot of crazy stuff going on in life. So at a certain point, I had to unplug and just get away from all of this. And then I started getting really irritated with a lot of the things I was seeing on social media, up and down my feed. Just people are ridiculous, man. Like I don't know how. I've been in the house so much, especially like post COVID, all this crazy stuff going on. I really just been like sticking to my same two or three spots, and there's been a whole lot of human contact outside of going to work, cause uh, I don't know, man. I used to love being outside, and now it's just different. Being around people is a challenge, seriously. Um, I wanted to say shout out to Ace and Black for throwing me in the mashup. That was like, man, it's been like 2 years since that reaction. I actually forgot I did that one, so appreciate you for throwing me in there. Um, Shout out to Tied to the Game podcast, T2 Nation. They really the ones like getting me out the house. Uh, but anyway, today I'm here checking out Mr. Kyrie Irving. He been making some waves along with some other people, and I just want to see exactly what he had to say. They've been on him about these posts. I saw Charles Barkley and Shaq calling him an idiot and all this other stuff. So it's super disrespectful. I want to know exactly what's going on. So I'm checking that out right now.
I went on to Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what? Let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh. That came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night. In terms of the backlash or what people call it, we're in 2022. History is not supposed to be hidden from anybody. And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion. I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms. I talk to all races, all cultures, all religions. And my response would be, it's not about educating yourself on what Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understanding that this is an African heritage that is also belonging to the people. Africa is in it, whether we want to dismiss it or not. So the claims of anti-Semitism and who are the original chosen people of God, and we go into these religious conversations and it's a big no-no. I don't live my way like that. I don't live my life that way. Excuse me. I grew up in a melting pot, and I say a melting pot of all races: white, black, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and you can see the way I live my life now. I'm not here to be divisive, so they could push their agenda. I don't want to say they, because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community. And what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done, or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism, it obviously wasn't meant for them.
Hopefully I'm understanding what you said, and I want to make sure I get it right because I don't want to misquote any part of it.
I don't expect understanding from a media conglomerate group that sincerely talks about the game of basketball, and then we bring up religion as if it's correlative at times when it's convenient for people to bring it up. So please just be direct with your question, so we can move on from this and I can talk about the game and go home to my son Elohim and my wife Marlene, okay?
Am I to take it that this was, what you shared was not something that you've even watched? This was, you did watch it, or either watch it or read it.
I had a lot of time last year to read a lot. Read a whole bunch. Good and bad about the truth of our brother.
So then do you, I guess, understand or not understand those that might imply that that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it? I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so
We're in 2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I am no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different. You guys come in here and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of, oh, you cannot post that. Why not? Why not? I don't hear uproar in that.
What was that?
I'm not here to be divisive on what's going on this or that. I'm not comparing Jews to blacks. I'm not comparing white to black. I'm not doing that. That conversation is dismissive, and it constantly revolves around the rhetoric of who are the chosen people of God. And I'm not here to argue over a person or a culture or religion on what they believe. No, this is what is here. It's on a public platform. Did I do anything illegal? Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did I do anything illegal? Did I hurt anybody? Did I harm anybody? Am I going out and saying that I hate one specific group of people? So out of all the judgment that people got from me posting, I just, without talking to me, and then I respect what Joe said, but there has a lot to do with the not ego or pride of how proud I am to be an African heritage, but also to be living as a free black man here in America, knowing the historical complexities for me to get here. So I'm not going to stand down on anything that I believe in. I'm only going to get stronger because I'm not alone. I have a whole army around me.
Kyrie, while we're on the topic of promotion, why did you decide to promote something that Alex Jones said?
That was a few weeks ago. I do not stand with Alex Jones' position, narrative, court case that he had with Sandy Hook, or any of the kids that felt.
I see what's going on. They turning this into the conspiracy hour. So they mentioned Alex Jones. If you don't know who Alex Jones is, he's kind of been painted as one of those crazy people. Tinfoil hat. Everything is a conspiracy. Although sometimes he's kind of spot on about what's going on. So, of course, we heard this from Kanye and Professor Griff and Fantasia. And man, I could go down the list of so many people that we heard this from. So I've been saying before, sometimes it's not necessarily what's being said, it's who's saying it that's getting a lot of attention. I see it's like a real media attack on Kyrie Irving just for being, excuse me, just for him being individual, but thinking for himself, for sharing things that most athletes don't really get into because it's still a shut up and dribble kind of mentality around athletes. All of these players, people expect them to just be performers and entertain, and that's it. And they are real people. They do have real opinions. They live real lives outside of the games they play. So I don't know why we make these people so important in the first place, because you know they make their living off of entertainment, which I mean the whole world of entertainment is what it is. It's there as a filler, it's there as a distraction. It's there for you to take your mind off of real life and what's going on. But you know, it's the real world, man. It's a lot of stuff happening out here. And man, it's getting to the point where you can't even say the J word without people throwing anti-Semitism in there. The fact that when you look up the history of the Jews, you'll find that you know there's different like branches of it. But you know, without getting into all of that, so far he's been real eloquent. He's explained himself about as well as he could. I can see the frustration from just like talking to the reporters or, you know, getting asked these ridiculous questions. So I'm just trying to see like where this is going.
Oh, like they had to relive trauma, or parents that had to relive trauma, or to be dismissive to all the lives that were lost during that tragic event. My post was a post from Alex Jones that he did in the early 90s or late 90s about secret societies in America of occults, and it's true. So I wasn't identifying with anything of being a campaignist for Alex Jones or anything. I'm just there to post. And it's funny, and it's actually hilarious, because out of all the things I posted that day, that was the one post that everyone chose to see. It just goes back to the way our world is and works. I'm not here to complain about it. I just exist.
And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book,
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me doing, do you see
By
me in front of
putting it out there,
the
people
title?
are going to say that you are
Yeah, I put it out
promoting.
there just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's not
You put
stuff,
things out there for a living, right?
right. But my stuff
Great.
is
So
not
let's move on.
filled
Let's
with
move on.
anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing that.
Another
You're
human
free to
being.
post
I can
what.
post whatever I want. So
post
say
what-
that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
But Kyrie, you have to understand that by
I don't have to
post-
understand anything from you.
It's not me.
Nothing.
By
It's no
posting,
This man is really trying to push his
by
agenda.
posting
Move
what
on.
you
Next
did,
question. Next
anybody
question.
is
You
gonna
guys have
look
any more
at it,
questions?
and they're gonna say,
You guys have any more
Does he
questions?
have
'Cause this is going to be a
anti-Semitic
clip.
beliefs?
This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
but you're not answering the question.
This is another asking your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we can be famous again. Next question.
Kyrie, basketball.
It being important to build on that defense and getting back to your
Man, wow. I can understand him walking out of that interview because it was going nowhere. And you got all of these people under the thumb of Jewish control. They own the media, they own the sports teams, they own everything. You know, you want to buy a house, you got to go through them. Like, I don't understand, other than the fact that you want to keep things secret, you don't want people to know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't really understand why, as soon as you say that J word, then it's like they're coming for you. You got any kind of influence, you got any kind of, if people have any kind of reverence for you and you have any kind of like outreach, then that makes you a target. And I see with Kyrie, like they really want him, after his stance on the vaccine, that's when they really started attacking him. So, you know, there's information on top of that. Man, you do not get to be an individual in this world without backlash, without ruffling feathers, man. It's a very groupthink, it's a very like groupthink kind of world. If you're not a part of the group, then, you know, the only other option is being an outcast, outsider. And I don't know, man, that's unfortunate. It's the world we live in. But honestly, I just appreciate the fact that it's somebody willing to just stand on who they are and what they believe in and not be changed by, you know, criticism or the outside world or whatever they think. I respect Kyrie Irving for just taking a stand. Whatever you believe about the chosen people or like any of that kind of stuff, it's whatever. But the fact that he's just standing on it and, you know, not backtracking, he's not being, you know, bullied into submission. Like, I support that. I salute you. I stand behind that 100% because there's not a whole lot of people with enough backbone in this world. Most people do bend and fold, just depending on the situation. It's more about their survival. They're trying to keep a paycheck coming in, all that kind of stuff. So I respect his steadfastness. So I don't know. I guess now I see what the so-called uproar was about, but the truth is the truth, man. And that's why they're working so hard to keep it under wraps, because you don't want people stepping outside of the program. There is a program that most people follow. And now for the people that are awakening, it's becoming a problem. You can't influence too many people with this what they call rhetoric. So they got to get rid of him in some kind of way. They got to like tarnish his image and his reputation. And that's like I wanted to say I couldn't believe it when I heard Shaq and Charles calling him an idiot, but then I forget just how tied in they are to I forgot how tied in they are to, you know, the boys club. You know, he's talking about secret societies and how that's true. And, you know, they are a part of organizations. So they have responsibilities. They have certain agendas they have to push. That's why they're in the position they are. So now I appreciate the fact that there's more people waking up. I've done my best to kind of share information before, but it's not about one person. So, and then we all wake up on our own time. So, I kind of learned to just like let life happen, be patient, and understand that it's not for everybody to understand. But here we are, man. Shout out to Kyrie. Shout out to you for joining me today. And I love you, and I'm out.
Yeah. Well, I want to tell you this, people. Whenever somebody says you're being anti-Semitic, that's their way of trying to ether you. That's their way of trying to say you bad. If somebody says you're anti-Semitic, that means they finna motherfucking throw the towel on your career. If you're in the entertainment agency, if you're in the entertainment business. We just heard different versions of what anti-Semitic means. But here's the truth. I challenge the people who say Kyrie Irving is anti-Semitic to show what he did that's anti-Semitic. Because it is my opinion that when you tell the truth, you throw that bullshit ass word out there and it's losing its honor everywhere.